Hello, friends. So this is a day I took a trip to the Middle East, to Dubai actually, which was pretty fun. So anyway, I arrive at my hotel, get to my room, and then I decide to lie down on the bed, and it is the softest thing I've ever had the pleasure of relaxing in. It felt like I was sleeping at the top of a big pile of melting marshmallows. So anyway, the next day, as I'm heading out for the day, I stop at the front desk and I say, my compliments on the very soft mattress. I like that extra gentle touch that this hotel provides. And the attendant responds, our pleasure, sir. At our hotel, and in the Middle East in general, we take great pride in the firm yet gentle surface of our mattresses. They are world famous and they are great for sleeping, relaxing, and throwing things at. Throwing things at? I don't know about you, but that is definitely not the primary use for my mattress. And yet, I like his description of the Middle Eastern mattress, and the idea of using one as a destination for projectiles. So I decided to investigate the concept a little further, and as it turns out, the idea of throwing things at a mattress is central to the history of the word itself. As I learned, during the Middle Ages, only the wealthy could afford to sleep on beds. So, for example, King Louis VII of France and his queen Eleanor of Aquitaine likely slept in beds when they went on the Second Crusade in 1148, although apparently, if you believe the rumors, and the chroniclers, not in the same room. Other less wealthy crusaders, on the other hand, usually slept on the ground, but over time the European crusaders discovered the Middle Eastern practice of sleeping on cushions or other padded items on the floor, which most people in the region did. The locals called the surface under these floor cushions matrac, from what in Arabic grammar is known as the noun of place of the verb taraha, which meant and still means to throw. So literally, the matrac was a designated area in a room where things like cushions could be thrown onto. So crusaders brought this term matrac home with them, and then from there the word was gradually adopted into French and became matras, and then it eventually spread to English and many other modern languages, mostly European, but also some East and Southeast Asian languages like Korean, Japanese, and Indonesian. As a side note, the Arabs weren't the only ones who at the time slept on padded floors. The Turks and Persians had these as well and called them divan, hence, respectively, the modern Spanish and Polish words divan and divan, which interestingly mean different things, for those of you familiar with those languages. So, all this to say, our modern English word, mattress, comes from Arabic and entered into the European lexicon during the Middle Ages. I guess I should mention, nowadays, different dialects of Arabic have a different word for mattress than matrac. For example, in Levantine Arabic, it's firash, or farasha, from the root farasha, and in Egyptian it's martaba, from the root rataba. And actually matrac, meaning mattress, is still really only used in North Africa, and primarily Algeria. So although matrac has mostly been replaced by other words in Arabic, its influence can still be seen in languages across the world, including English. So there you go, a mattress, a great place to sleep, to rest, to lounge, and apparently to throw things at. Thanks for watching.